have you seen Star Wars?
It looks like Lucasfilm is going all out with these Star Wars shows and series on Disney+. A new report from Kessel Run Transmissions says that Lucasfilm is interested in furthering the development of Ben Solo. Nothing solid on if this will be a movie or spin-off series, which I would bet on the latter. Apparently, Lucasfilm knows how popular the character of Ben Solo is, and therefore are interested in developing a more fleshed out story for him. Another Star Wars scooper, Jordan Mason, also said this will be pre-The Force Awakens, which of course makes sense since Ben died at the end of Rise of Skywalker. Rest in peace, my boy. Big question is that if this series does come to fruition, will it be live action or animated? And to be honest with you, I would bet on it being animated. I don't see Adam Driver really wanting to return to the Star Wars universe, at least so soon. He's an A-list celebrity who truly is an actor that likes to challenge himself with different roles in film. Also, if this is pre-The Force Awakens, we could expect to see Ben training as a Jedi at Luke Skywalker's academy, but if this is done in live action, that would mean bringing back Mark Hamill, and I think after the sequels, he's kind of done with Star Wars 2. I would prefer to see them both return, just so it could be live action. One of the biggest wasted opportunities of the sequel trilogy was that it took place after the fall of Luke's academy, which, in my opinion, made no sense because I think most fans would have been a lot more interested in seeing Luke train a new generation of Jedi, and while he does that, watch Ben Solo deal with the responsibilities of being the son of Han and Leia, the heroes of the New Republic, and also the nephew of Luke Skywalker who defeated the Sith. That's a lot of pressure, and if this series does happen, there is a large amount of stories that can be explored here about Ben Solo. In the Rise of Kylo Ren comics, we see Ben interact with Snoke, and at that point they are already friends, and Snoke sends him to meet the Knights of Ren. So they've known each other for quite some time because Ben trusts Snoke, he considers him a friend, so if this Ben Solo series does happen, we can hope to see Ben go from the Jedi Padawan under Luke to slowly turning towards the dark side and actually meeting Snoke for the first time, which, if you recall, is being planned by Palpatine himself. Plus, there was a moment in The Force Awakens when Kylo Ren asked his grandfather to show him again the power of the dark side, clearly meaning that he's heard Vader talk to him, even if it was the Emperor pulling the strings. There's no real indication that Adam Driver is attached to this project, so if it does happen without Adam Driver, we can expect this to be an animated series and have someone else do the work for Ben Solo. Or even if it is live action actually, then maybe we could recast the role of Ben Solo and get a younger kid, maybe a teenager, to play him, depending on what age Ben would be during this timeline. But I think a lot of fans would rather see Adam Driver return as Ben Solo since he played the character so well. After the sequel trilogy ended, most fans who liked the sequel trilogy, and even those of us who didn't like it, all agreed that Kylo Ren / Ben Solo was the most interesting character in the trilogy. He was literally and metaphorically used as a stepping stone for Rey. This could be a great opportunity to give justice to the character of Ben Solo and give us a better understanding on why he turned to the dark side. It's also fun to see Luke actually be the Jedi we all remember him to be. Teaching the Padawans the ways of the Force could also expand our knowledge on what we know about the Force itself. One of the biggest things about Yoda in Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi is he taught us more about the mythological aspects of the Force, and in an odd sense to say about a film at least, gave us a lot of life lessons too. These moments are iconic for a reason, and we still remember them over 40 years later, because when you explore something as interesting as the Force, you captivate the audience because it fulfills our natural sense of curiosity. And I'm really curious to see if Lucasfilm does go through with this. I think it's a better idea for a series than the Bad Batch and even the Cassian Andor series that are both coming out next year in 2021. It's also a better idea for a series than the rumored Lando Calrissian series, and maybe even the Rogue Squadron series that we talked about yesterday, because this is something fans clearly want more of. Adam Driver is loved in the Star Wars community, and his character was one of the most interesting, if not the most interesting, in the sequel films. In fact, I'd argue he should have been the main character in the sequel trilogy because it would have been a unique change to follow the story of the villain instead of the hero. Also, wouldn't it be cool to see his relationship with his parents before he turned to the dark side, or even before he started to hate his parents? I don't need to hear him act like a whiny, emo teenager who hates his parents for not letting him drink an extra glass of blue milk or something like that, but I would rather have him have a genuine conversation with Han and Leia rather than him constantly telling them that Ben Solo is dead and he's all dark side and emo now. It just seems like Lucasfilm is continually trying to take the best aspect of the films and the shows that people really like and then turn them into a series of some sort, which I truly do commend. I love that they've been listening to the fans as of late, but honestly, why do this now? Why couldn't you explore Ben Solo's character more in the sequel trilogy instead of focusing so much on the original trilogy characters? The point was to pass the torch on to the next generation, and they mostly blew out the torch, killed the people holding it, and then handed it off to the younger actors and said, "Light it up, kids, have fun out there." Lucasfilm is making a lot of right moves these days with their storytelling ideas, but in these moments it does seem like a little bit too little, too late to have the impact that it should have. Ask yourself this: would you rather have the sequel trilogy based around the fall of Ben Solo, or would you rather have an animated series that explains how he got to that point after his story already ended in The Rise of Skywalker? I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I would rather have a sequel trilogy based around the rise and fall of Ben Solo. Let me know in the comment section below. Do you want to see the story of Ben Solo continue in a pre-The Force Awakens way? And would you want the series to be live action or animated? Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe because it does help out my channel. I'm Star Wars Only. I will see you all next time, and may the Force be with you always.